first.
Good evening, everybody.
It's
Welcome
going
to
down,
Clubhouse
face of black
Fantasy
street.
Weekly.
The
I'm
homies
Rob.
got at me, collab creations.
Back
Funk
and
like
better
that,
than
ain't no
ever.
doubt. I put it down,
We
never
are back,
slouch.
baby.
As
We
long
are
as my
back for
credit
sure.
confirms.
No diggity.
Hey, gotta back it up. Trying to. Sunglasses and all. My co-host in a good mood this evening. He's just got himself the next few days off. Can take a little
hiatus.
Well-deserved hiatus, I might add. Tell folks what are we doing this weekend, Anthony. I mean, I'm going to be at work. Fortunately, I am off Sunday, so I'm going to get to watch some football Sunday.
Are you coming down to Columbus?
No, I think I'm probably going to, clean up the house and then, by about 1 o'clock, right when kickoff happens, probably crack into couple libations right then and there and roll through football Sunday the way that I like to.
Yeah, I am going to probably do some sort of football Sunday. The likelihood of me actually sitting in front of the TV for a long period of time is very slim to none. This weekend I'm going to Columbus for a bachelor party.
Okay.
Staying at the Brewdog Hotel, which is a brewery that has a hotel built around it. So I got like a keg tapped in my room.
Sounds like the best of all worlds.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. Going to try to stay out of trouble. I don't think the missus would appreciate mini girls over at the hotel room.
That's right. So when it's without the missus.
It's without the missus. It will just be myself and 7 other guys.
You might be finding some college girls down there.
Yep, maybe. I don't know what to expect.
Anthony might be swimming in the kiddie pool this weekend, so to speak. And speaking of the pool, I think we got to get back to week 4 and do a little recap and talk to some of the swimmers out there and let them know what we think happened to their team.
Well, I think I might be one of those swimmers this week, Dave. I'm on a loss for words. Okay, going to week 3, I missed fantasy. I lose by a 10th of a point to a team that we both said we think it was a free $40.
Right.
So it's pretty discouraging when my team puts up that kind of performance. I brushed it off. I'm like, whatever. Because sometimes you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
I put up a good number. You still beat it. Doesn't matter how close it was. And then last week, I'm playing a good team. Jamie, we've always put up. Said that she's knows what she does. Got a playoff team. Unfortunately, Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey's on a bye.
Right. That was tough.
So I was struggling all week to find out who I wanted to start at quarterback.
Well, last week on Weekly, by myself, I did predict that you're going to lose that game, and I kind of just chalked it up as that's one of the games you're going to lose because, your 2 best players are out. If we run an algorithm on it at the beginning of the season, even when you're fully healthy, that's the week that you're probably at the most vulnerable. You can take the loss last week. The week before is a tough one to take. But you know what? Going forward, the thing that I'm encouraged by is I do think that a lot of players out there are actually picking up the pace. Yeah. I see a lot more waiver moves. I see a lot more action. I hear, Derek coming in, pumped up about his first victory.
He's excited. That man, that little guy, big man, little face. Derek's one of those players that I thought that he was just going to play to be part of something, part of work. But now as the weeks go on, he did the auto draft. It worked out for him at some point. Maybe it hasn't yet.
He's one of those players that's put up points, and he's just run into some variance. And he's got a team that can win some games. And like I said last week, I thought that he had to win that game, or he's tough time making the playoffs. So I'm going to eliminate Tim's team from playoff contention already at 0-4.
I would agree with that.
I think
the fact that you even had him in playoff contentions.
Well, if you would have gotten a win last week, you just wouldn't have been out. It's just the math.
Yeah, I guess if you look at the overall math of behind it, Tim probably would have been able.
So again, back to the fact, I'm happy about the participation in the league. I'm happy that I got Alex sending me shout outs.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I
miss that guy.
I got people asking when the video is going to come out. So this is fun. This is why we like doing this. I'm excited to do it every week. And actually, one of the things that I want to dive into right away, we're going to go through the first matchup from last week. Let's go from the bottom top. We'll 4th and 20 versus Big Baba Ganoush.
All right. Oh, yeah, this is just a blowout.
Oh, and we've been praising Jack's team up and down. Yeah. Rightfully so. A well-drafted team. Patrick Mahomes. I talked about some of the things that, I wasn't a believer, that Jack obviously was a believer. Mm-hmm. But I had an epiphany this morning. As I'm looking through to see, or it was yesterday morning, I'm looking through to see what waivers were picked up. Did I get the player that I wanted? Did Anthony get the player he wanted? Did my brother get the player he wanted? I noticed one glaring thing. Number 1 in points, Mr. 4-0, Jack, 4th and 20. He's not making any moves.
No, he's happy with what he drafted. But he's got some questionable players as far as health going into this week.
Let's take a look. And I am being hypercritical. It's tough to be critical of a player's 4th and 20, but this or that's 4-0.
Yeah.
But this is what we do here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they pay us the big bucks.
So really, we've got Josh Gordon, Devin Funches, Peyton Barber. He's got a backup quarterback and whatever. You're going to keep Aaron Rodgers, obviously. Chris Hogan, Theo Riddick, and Spencer Ware, right? Now, Ware he has is a handcuff to Kareem Hunt, so that's understandable. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4 players on his bench that I don't even know if I'd want to own on my bench. So what I am saying is that if Jack doesn't clear up his bench and if he runs into any injury problems, these bye weeks are going to crush him.
Well, yeah, that's I was kind of rolling into that. Like Kamara's questionable injured knee going into this weekend.
You have Ingram coming back too.
Yeah, and you got Ingram coming back, so that's something he's going to have to look at. Maybe it's just been popping for the first 4 weeks, and maybe we'll finally start to see the downfall for him.
And I don't know if I don't think Jack's a fan of the show. I haven't heard anything.
I don't know if he watches.
I don't know if he watches.
I saw him the other day. I don't remember him saying, "Oh, last week was great. Where were you, Anthony?"
Yeah. So I don't think.
I believe he just said something about being 100 points ahead of Dave.
But I do believe that if you look at it, he's made 0 moves.
Yeah, let's take a look.
0.
Okay, I just bring it up real quick.
Take a look at that. Let me see what we got.
Yeah, hey, that's a big fat 0.
0 moves.
And he's first on the waiver. So hey, right now you're first on the waiver for next week.
Means that this week, if
Make
he
a move.
was paying any attention this week, he could have picked up Tennessee's defense to play against Buffalo.
Yes,
If he wanted to,
but he did.
but he decided not to because he's that. I'm just saying.
He ended up getting Tennessee's defense.
Alex did.
Yeah, great move, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna praise that boy.
Good job, Alex. But no, it's I'm concerned. I mean, I'm concerned that his participation level is dwindling. He's getting fat at the top, so to speak.
He's getting comfortable.
Yeah, and I think it's going to bite him in the ass. Big Baba Ganoush last week, underperformance. We're getting used to this, and a coaching decision was made where we don't start Brandon Cooks, we start, Sterling Shepard, which they both end up actually putting up even points, but it's a miracle. If you own a Los Angeles Ram, you play him.
That team is on fire.
We are playing Robert Woods. We are playing Todd Gurley. We are playing Brandon Cooks.
Like everyone.
Yeah, I mean, you can
play the starting lineup.
You can play Cooper Kupp.
Yes,
I'm playing him this week. You go play these guys because they put up numbers. Absolutely ridiculous. He just falls short. I mean, tight end injuries left and right. Evan Ingram injured, O.J. Howard out. Just all sorts of. I think that's actually for this week. But he had a bye week problem with Jordan Reed. There's just not a lot of production there, and I don't. I think he's a guy that's out there trying to work, but it's just not working out.
Yeah, he's. I know that he's bouncing between 2 different leagues, and my concern is he's trying to split his focus between the 2 leagues. But like as of today, he was telling me
it can be done.
He started talking about. He was trying to talk about our league, but in reality, he was like, "Oh no, that was my other league," and I'm concerned that he's starting to get decisions across the mix.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe he's not. He doesn't have his eyes on this prize.
Yeah, and that's.
I don't know. I see him making moves, but like I said, I think he's just not where he's had some pretty bad luck with just underperformances throughout the season.
That's part of the fantasy.
And it's part of fantasy football, and he just everybody was going to lose the Jack last week at 173 points.
Yeah, there's no.
So I guess it doesn't matter. Just wash it. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's move on to the next one. And this was the battle of 0-3 teams with Tim's Lone Rangers versus Derek's Auto Draft Squad. Actually, both teams put up.
Tim put up a number that had to be beat.
Exactly.
For the first time all year.
He actually goes to projection. A lot of his, Zeke Elliott puts up a huge number for him, which you're going to expect from time to time.
Yeah.
Goes off for 32 big fantasy points. It's funny. And this is just, I said last week in this matchup, I said, you know what? I think let's go with Derek for the win here because Tim just has bad luck. And I know that's just ambiguous, but really, in the same sentence, I was making fun of Tim picking up Mitchell Trubisky, right? Mm-hmm. And look at what Trubisky actually does on this bench.
43.46 points.
So only Tim could make an unorthodox decision.
And then not play him.
Bench him, not play him, and the guy goes off for 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like that's only that stuff can only happen to Tim. And then looking over at Derek's team, I think last week we talked a little bit about his quarterback decision to bench Carson Wentz and play Andy Dalton. It pays off for him.
Yeah, he originally had I forget his name.
Quarterback into the NFL.
Yes.
It'll come to you.
Maybe Vikings.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he had Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins put up a miserable 0.34 points for him the week before.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, and so he comes to me and he's like, Anthony, do I play Carson Wentz? I'm an Eagles fan. I'm like, I'm going to be biased. He looked really good last week. He felt comfortable. But I don't think you play him in. I was like, you need to pick up Andy Dalton.
Well, and it's that's a thing though, and I think it's something that players, the more they play, learn that difference in quarterbacks, like, you know, there really just is. Like, right now, you can go pick up a quarterback and start him every week. That's out on waivers.
Yeah,
it's not
easily.
that this is why we don't waste early picks on quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah, nope.
These are examples of it right here. So he makes a good plug play right there. Julio gets some points for him.
Finally.
You know, he's got Ajayi back. Ajayi puts up a small number, but it's good to have him back in the lineup. Great play at the flex with Adam Thielen. Love him. Gets 16 points out of his kicker. Again, Anthony, I didn't get to touch base with you on it yet. This is just off the cuff. I mentioned it last week on Weekly. What would you think about eliminating kickers from our fantasy?
Is his kicker's gone, run a double flex?
Yeah.
Or two quarterbacks?
I'm a fan of 2 flex.
Okay.
2 flex, no kicker. Because I think the kickers it's a luck sack game.
Yeah. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'd say we bring it to, to the table.
It's out there, and so we need.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, we need some comments and posts about that. I never really thought about it much before until this season, because it really is. I mean, outside of maybe like Justin Tucker, who you know is going to bang through some extra 50-yarders and give you that 5-point bonus, unless we somehow revamp the scoring system for the kicker,
which we can.
But then it might make him too valuable.
Yeah, and we don't want that either.
Yeah.
I like the double flex spot. I would really be interested in playing a 2-quarterback league, but that makes things really hard. But it also makes trades a little bit more valuable. Puts more of an emphasis on making those trades, trying to get.
Right. I don't know that I've made one trade. I think that's all we've had this year.
We've had another one.
We have another one.
Yeah. Like my Tate made a trade.
Okay.
I know that Steven was trying to talk to me about trading McCaffrey.
I mean, and I'm not saying like there's a lot of leagues that people just are they don't. There's a balance. There should be some trades, not a ton of trades, but not no trades either.
Yeah.
Because really, this is one thing I did want to touch on, is that maybe players out there don't understand what a good trade actually is. And a good trade doesn't necessarily mean that. Let's say I have player A, you have player B.
Well, it's just like you and Mike talked about that one night. Like the trade between you and Steve benefited it. So you may lose 2 points here, but you gain 3 points here.
Right.
He gains 3 points here, maybe loses 2 points here, so you both net that extra point.
Exactly. And it's also a thing too where, like, on the surface of that trade, and I just want people to understand this. Lamar Miller is who I traded away, and I got Kyle Rudolph back. And so people might say, well, Dave, you're an idiot. Why would you do that, right? Because Lamar Miller's probably going to average 13 fantasy points a game. Kyle Rudolph's going to average 9 or 10 a game, right? Why would you do that? Well, because the tight end that I have only scores 5 to 6 points a game. And I can plug in another running back that I have on my bench that scores 11 or 12, so I'm a net plus 3. Yeah. So it doesn't make you an idiot just because you have a higher point player trading away for a lower point player. You just have to look at it as a whole. And I think that if you maybe go look at your roster, take a look at it, you might be able to make your team better. Which is what we're all trying to do. Next matchup. Look at his points. There's some good points here. We've got Lick My Tate, Alex's team, and Steven's team. I talk about this every week for Steven. He has to get that big bonus from Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins, and he does this week. Hopkins goes for 28. Watson goes for 32. I remember watching that game. I have them in a different league. And the game goes to overtime, and you're just so excited because you're like, these guys are going to keep throwing, and they're going to get some more points out of this deal.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Like, when I see my quarterback go to OT,
yeah.
I'm like, well, put up 40 points. I got time.
Yeah. Keep on going, baby. Keep on throwing it around. And I think, some of Steven must be a fan of the show.
I mean, I think
He must be.
He's too big. He's too analytical of a guy not to watch it.
Because I mean, like, he picks up Eric Ebron,
Yep.
who I've talked about. I think every week on the show, scores a touchdown every single week. It seems like. He's benching LaShawn McCoy finally. Now, this is what I don't like. I don't like Robert Woods on the bench. L.A. Ram.
No, he's a Ram. You play him.
Yeah, and I don't care what the computer says. Like,
No,
you
just play him.
You play Robert Woods over.
Yeah, look, he just scored
Landry.
19 points.
You play him over Landry.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Hard Knocks too, and I'm a fan of Juice, as he likes to be called. But
You just play Rams.
you play Rams. Play Rams. Let's see here. Alex, let's see. Did he miss anything? Man, he puts up 136 big points.
Nah, he doesn't miss it.
I don't think he misses anything. I talked about it last week. I'm a little bit worried about
I mean, and
Matt
he
Breida
played.
with the whole San Francisco thing. I don't think that Garoppolo being out is a good thing for him. I think it's a bad thing for Breida. Let's see. We got anything on the bench? But he's going to get Freeman back.
Yeah.
Eventually. I think for the rest of the season, we're going to be playing Jared Goff over Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think 2 weeks ago was a question.
It's a Ram.
Now it's a Ram. And
It's a Ram.
It's a Ram, it's a Chief.
Yep, you just go.
It's a Ram, it's a Chief. You play it.
If he's a Chief, you play him. If he's a Ram, you play him. If they're playing each other, watch the game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hell of a game.
Right. I think they actually do play each other this year.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking nuts.
I think it's on a Monday night.
It's going to be like Turbo.
Yeah.
It's
It's
gonna
all
be like
the turbo
turbo.
button stuff on.
Yeah, it's just going to be like, who can throw the ball the farthest?
Watch the defenses somehow stink it up.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what happens. Tyler Boyd, he picks up. That's definitely not a drafted player. And this is just a guy out there playing.
Yeah, he's just trying to...
Chicago defense he owns, which, they're looking like they're going to be a top 5 defense in the league.
Definitely.
Khalil Mack is Khalil Mack. They get after the quarterback. They beat people up. I like it. Alex is definitely an elite player in this league. I put him right up there next to me. With his knowledge, it seems, and I love that we got somebody that wants to talk smack.
Yeah, and he just pops in. He's like, "Yeah, look at the game, boys. It's
Yeah.
getting close."
All right.
Speaking of Alex, I saw him on Tuesday.
Oh, he got
he was
lost
at-
and found himself in Detroit?
Yeah, he was there. Let's just show the people at home. There he is. Look at him. He's alive. He's doing well. Yeah, he was in Detroit at that trade show. He was like, "Look, it's just like, when are you getting back on weekly?" And I was like, "I'm trying to make it. I'm trying. I got shit to do. I got things.
So you come all the way down to Detroit and he
scheduled.
doesn't stop by?
No, he was working.
He must have only wanted to see you. It's fine.
Yeah, probably.
It's fine.
He was probably like,
It's cool.
"Where you been?"
It's cool. It's cool. It's
No,
cool.
it's nice.
Speaking of you,
Let's just skip that one. We already talked about it.
we could skip it, but I will say one thing. Jamie does the one thing that you have to do, and she made somebody beat her, and Anthony couldn't.
Yeah,
You know,
couldn't.
So I mean, I don't know, but I mean, seriously, think about this. Like, if you both stick it up and you went 83 to 82, like, what a big difference that is for the year.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's
stealing a
huge.
win.
That is a me going.
Yeah, so Jamie does not allow Anthony to steal a win, which is just, it's important. It's what you have to do. Travis Kelce has emerged as the number 1 tight end in the NFL. Agree,
Yes,
disagree?
and no, I agree. I want to somehow maybe trade for him.
I mean, that's a commodity that she better get a big price tag back for if she decides to deal him. She does a smart thing, too. Green Bay defense picked him up.
Yeah.
Plays him against who?
Not the Bears. Buffalo.
There you go. There you go. They put up 23 big points.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Green Bay played like shit, and they won 22-0.
yeah, you just pick like literally week to week. You just rotate that defense. Who's playing Buffalo this week?
Here's one that I do want to. I touched on it last week, and I was right. Kenyon Drake starts for her, puts up only 2 points. She has James White on her bench, puts up 27. I think that's something we're going to see flipped in the future.
Yes.
I think that the Kenyon Drake came into. I talked about it last week. I just want to mention it one more time. Came into the season looking like a surefire number 1 running back on the Miami Dolphins. Frank Gore has spoiled his party.
Yes.
And James White is a Patriot who catches the ball, and Tom Brady loves to throw the ball to him. I'll be interested to see what happens tonight now that Edelman's back, if some of his targets are taken away.
That's true. I don't
So
know.
he's
He's back tonight.
He's definitely, James White's definitely a pass-heavy.
Do you think that the dynamic of the New England team changes with Edelman being there?
I think so, yeah.
Because, so I was thinking about this the other day.
not
I was
to
like,
get-
New England is, we're used to seeing New England as this, like if there was a black knight, here's the shining knight, New England.
Oh, absolutely.
And the beginning of this year, they have looked like they have lost their touch.
A slow start. I was definitely taken aback by the performance in Detroit.
Yeah,
especially.
exactly.
Just being dominated. and not dominated where they ran into an offense that was really hot. They were just beat up. The Lions, who can't run the ball, ran it down their throat, controlled the clock. I think the Patriots had the ball for 18 minutes.
And so you think Matt Patricia is the...
No. I think this is a New England problem that they're trying to figure out right now. Again, a lot of the weapons are gone. I think Gronk is not Gronk anymore.
No, he's injured right now, and
I don't think he's. I just don't think he's.
Yeah, I think when we talked about it week one, Gronk had talked about retiring, and he didn't, and maybe he should.
All that being said, I can't imagine at the end of the season we're not staring at New England having 10, 11 wins. They play in a crappy division.
Yeah,
they're going to make the playoffs.
They'll probably win their division.
Yeah, exactly, and I just think Brady will figure it out. I don't see them as a Super Bowl team. I mean, I see them as being a playoff team, and I mean, I think that we're starting to see. We're just starting to see some rust on Tom too.
Yeah,
he's
played in the league for a while.
Hey, I mean, he has defied Mother Nature. The guy's 41 years old.
And he looks like he's 12.
Well, he's 4 years older than me, and he's playing in the NFL.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine getting hit on a daily basis right now. I'm sore in the morning, and I work in a restaurant.
Wakes up.
Yeah, just from waking up. So, I don't know. I mean, what do you? Yeah, I think that it's going to be the Patriots will get it figured out. I think it's going to be.
When you have such a big entity like that,
yeah,
they usually do.
Well, and it's just they've had a pedigree, and that's just the way it is.
exactly.
So I'm not going to bet against them until I let them prove it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I pick up Ridley, great pickup for me.
Calvin Ridley's blown up the last couple of weeks.
I pick up Baker Mayfield on
That's a fun one.
I made a choice where it was either Fitzmagic or Baker Mayfield.
Right, and they're both.
Well, the talk about Fitzmagic was that if he got off to a slow start, they were going to bench him all long enough.
They got off to a slow start. So they benched him.
I'm glad I made that call. Baker Mayfield fumbled, threw 2 interceptions.
He was a rookie.
He was looking like he was going to score a good 25, 30-point game.
He turned the ball over.
But he turned the ball over. So
that's fine. I bet that's somebody you can, if you can afford to have 2 quarterbacks, Mayfield's somebody that you can have tucked away in your bench.
Yeah, which is what.
Then all of a sudden he fires off for a couple of weeks, and I'd like to see him run the ball more.
I mean, but to be honest, with Cam Newton's bye week being so early, I'm probably not going to play him about Cam.
That's true. Exactly. Yeah. So maybe you can't. It depends. It depends on how your roster shapes up, and if you can afford to keep that quarterback spot on the bench, or if you want to start speculating with players. There's people you can speculate on midway through the season. A rookie, that pops into the lineup. Maybe all of a sudden, for the Arizona Cardinals 2 weeks ago, goes off for 90 yards. James Kirk or something like that. I picked him up in my other league just on claims for fun. Because I have a spot.
Let's see.
We'll see. What's going on. Fitzgerald's getting old. Somebody goes down. I got this
guy's
kid.
in.
I know it's not the greatest thing in the world, but I'm not wasting the spot on bum. Anyway, on to the last matchup of last week.
Closest matchup of the week.
Oh, my God. My brother. Sweden House. Michael Robinson. Now, we've talked about how players are starting to get more involved.
Well, I would really honestly hope that this guy and everyone else got the most involved because he lives with you.
He's very involved. Very excited. He talks about it all the time. But I do think that in this case, in this matchup, he might have gotten a little too over-involved. A little too cute. So
let me pull it up, see how cute he was.
Because I see on the bench a coach's decision that would have won him this game.
Let me guess, Golden Tate.
Golden Tate goes up for 30 big fantasy points. And in his stead, he starts Kenny Galladay. That's my best Stephen A. Smith.
How did that turn out for him?
Galladay puts up 9 points, which you expect out of a number 3 receiver on a team. And Mike pretty much he just wraps up the present, ties the bow.
So wait, he didn't even play Alshon Jeffrey?
Well, now that's more excusable because Alshon has been questionable all season.
I still probably would have just been like, you know what, he's back. They're going to give him the ball, and they did. Just because the Eagles' offense.
Yeah, but I think you're more comfortable playing Alshon. That was the first. That was the second game, right?
Yeah.
The first game was garbage.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, there's concerns there.
So, yes, I agree. But I also have to look at the Eagles' passing yardage. Until that game, and then Alshon Jeffrey came back, they were only just over 200 yards passing.
Yeah, you're playing Nick effing Foles, your boy. What do you think's going to happen?
I don't know. Dude used to be a monster.
Yeah, he's a backup quarterback for an effing reason.
Dude won a Super Bowl.
He's still a backup quarterback, man.
I'm just saying, Alshon Jeffrey comes back, all of a sudden that number's like added.
Carson Wentz came back, Anthony.
No,
I don't want to hear about this.
Alshon Jeffrey came back.
I don't want to hear about Alshon Jeffrey being the difference maker in Philadelphia.
If Mike would have told me that he was not starting Alshon Jeffrey, I would have told him he was an idiot.
But you would start every Philadelphia Eagle, so you'd only have to watch one.
That's
game.
not true.
You would.
I like that point. Watching one game makes everything really easy.
Yeah.
Well, lost this week.
Yeah.
Moving on.
That's what you would do, though. Somehow you could have figured out how to draft Wentz, Ajayi, Nelson Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey,
Zach Ertz.
Yeah, Corey Clement, whatever.
I'm in it.
Yeah, and then I want Philly's defense, and who's the kicker on Philly?
Elliott.
There you go.
Yeah,
Jake Elliott.
I would just take the loss of my bye week and move on.
Cool. Yeah. Who's he starting? Can't start anybody. I don't know.
My whole team's Eagles. What am I supposed to do?
Anyway.
It sounds like fun.
We kind of got a little off base there, but I mean, Mike makes the. You can't overthink it sometimes. I mean, he had a guy. I mean, do they have projections on yourself? That's the thing. I mean, the projections say it's close, but they say it's close for everything. Like, if you have a number one receiver on a team, and you're going to bench him for the number 3 receiver on the team, you're overthinking it.
Or he was just confident.
I don't think that was the case. I don't.
Like, what if he was just so confident in his team that he was like,
"Oh, I want to give Big Bro a chance to win."
Yeah, he was just like,
no.
You know what? He's taught me this much. I'm going to give Dave a little. I'll give him.
Then you don't know the brother at all.
I mean, I don't really. I mean, I
he
know
would
him
never,
a little bit, but I don't know.
Mike would never let me win at. He wouldn't let me win at anything because I'd never let him win at anything.
Well, that's respect.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
Yeah, like I knew that he was a competitive kid. Like when he was 6 and I was like 13, I didn't like let him win at anything. I'm like, I got to start chalking up W's now.
Dave's wall at home. Like, it's like tic-tac-toe.
Chalking up W's.
Dave 63, Mike 2.
Chalking up W's. I mean, so because I know at some point I'm gonna be old man. He's gonna start getting back at me.
Well, he didn't get back a year.
There we go. That's what we like.
But it's close.
My team, strong receiving performances as usual. T.Y. Hilton goes down with an injury though this week.
Dead.
You see that hit?
Yeah.
From behind, bam.
It's not only dead. Like, he's not questionable. He's out.
Well, yeah, because he's out because they're playing right now.
Yes.
So he was questionable, maybe doubtful. I don't know. It doesn't look like he's going to be out for a long time.
Probably 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'll give him 2 weeks.
Yeah. So I'm not that worried about it. Cooper Kupp on the bench for Dave.
It was just both of you guys could have played. I don't know. I probably would have started both of my same teams. I don't even know if I'd start Golden Tate. I'm such not a fan of the Lions offense that I probably would have benched Golden Tate as well. But I would have started Alshon Jeffrey
for another line. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, no.
So I take it by 1 point. Whatever. I win. Mike loses. I'm 4-0. Everything's great.
You are 4-0.
Next week.
Congrats, man.
This week. Projections.
Yeah, projections for this week. We got the Lone Rangers versus Shock and Awe.
Oh, boy.
This is going to be in the Thunderdome on Sunday. T-Phone versus Dave in the Thunderdome. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. What do you think? What do you think Tim does when he's playing me in fantasy football in preparation?
Well, see, I think he tries to make trades to everybody with real money. He's like, I will give you $100 real if you give me your best player, and then trade me back to him at the end of the week, just so I can beat Dave, and then I'll give him back to you.
There's definitely some weird voodoo shit going on in his basement this week.
Okay, so, it's not the basement. It's called the dungeon for a reason. Right? He's probably got pictures of you up in the wall.
Those are always there, though. We've got some special action this week, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. It's probably like, he might have a little doll of you.
My shoulder was really fucking stiff this morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's probably like, he's probably going to start fucking with your roster somehow. You're going to randomly look one Sunday morning and it's going to have 2 people who are on a bye week in the roster all of a sudden, and you're like, what? I didn't do that. You never know really what can happen. I don't.
Go on anyways.
With the witchcraft wizardry that goes on over there.
I just worry that this could be the week where I just underperform and then somehow Tim lucks into a win. I doubt it, even though.
So
the reason that I doubt it is that, like I said last week, is that Tim just has awful luck on top of it all. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to win. I'll go through my roster really quick. Had I got Adrian Peterson back off the bye. Still
Why is
listed
he
as
questionable?
because he's an old man. They don't make him practice on Thursdays.
Oh, he gets the day off?
Yeah,
Oh, he's questionable because he got the day off.
yeah. Don't worry about it. He's fine.
All right. Well, we should
I-
just start doing that on our schedules.
Questionable.
Oh, Anthony was off yesterday. He's questionable.
Questionable
today.
for tomorrow. I've got to make my my weekly decision on quarterback between Matt Ryan and Andrew Luck. I go with Matt Ryan this week.
Well, where's Andrew Luck?
He's
He's
playing
at
New England.
no, yeah. You go to Pittsburgh. I still believe to this day, I don't care how good or bad New England is. New England is one of the hardest places to win it.
Absolutely.
They have one of the biggest fan base, and that place is just intimidating to any team coming in there.
Absolutely. So my team's a little bit beat up. We talked about T.Y. Hilton sitting down this week. I end up having to start Cooper Kupp, but he's a Ram. I'm good with
He's
that.
a Ram. He'll score 15 points.
Yeah. Tebow's team. I mean, really, I'm going to be looking at what can Ezekiel Elliott do against Houston? Tough defense down there in Houston. Can Zeke put up 25 points for him? That might give me some trouble.
You should really start Dan Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to be critical of kicking decisions made on a week in and week out basis, the only person we can talk about is Tim. Because he's the only one that consistently
He's
carries
got
two kickers.
I had 2 kickers for a second today.
Just to what? Be like Tim? You want to
No,
be like
I
Tim?
was trying to decide, did I play Colts kicker or do I play the Pittsburgh kicker?
This is how you end up making so many moves. You just pick somebody up in the middle of the day so you can think about it for 2 hours.
Yeah, now let him go and move on.
So that's 2 moves.
Well, yeah. I mean, I play a Yahtzee
In
team.
all honesty, I would play Matt Prater though over Dan Bailey.
Yeah, me too. I was just saying Tebow probably
It's
fought
in-
with that this
It's in
morning.
the dome. I did actually ask him, would you figure out what kicker you playing?
Yeah, what'd he say?
He wasn't sure yet.
Exactly, he had to
Still
think
thinking
about it.
Still had to think about it. So.
Dan Bailey still has a shot.
And he didn't think I was being.
Dan Bailey, call your boy Tebow up. Tell him I'm going to score 15 points.
I don't think Tim knew I was being facetious either.
Tebow doesn't read.
You going with?
Oh, we're going with you. I mean, I could say that the Voodoo Magic you're going to score 99 points here and not even break 100, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I got a 5.
Yeah, I think you're
Next matchup. Oh wow, look at this ridiculousness
Oh, big bargain.
versus the Ganoush.
This week at the back, we talked about I got Newton back, I got McCaffrey back. I'm really feeling my team this week.
I do feel it too.
I think it looks better. It's shaped up. I did what, Dave sent out a message. He was like, hey, something's up with the commission. Like,
I called him. I put him on blast.
he did. He put me on blast, and I answered. I responded.
Immediately.
I wasn't going to let it go. Like, I have.
Did you at least appreciate my message though?
Yes, I did. And
did you like the paragraph structure?
yeah, it was structured well. And if I didn't do mine like in a message to everyone, it would have been structured the same way. But I was just like, he's right. I not only am back, back at the clubhouse. I wanted to start this league up again. I got everyone fired up to do
Right.
it. And
You got me fired up now.
Here I am sitting 2-2, and I'm not. There's nothing coming out of my corner. It's just quiet.
It's quiet. It's hiding.
Yeah, exactly. It's hiding. I made some moves, made some changes. I felt like my draft was. We talked about it. I had expectations going into the draft. I was expecting the draft at the tail end of the draft. I didn't. I drafted first. Made some questionable, probably first few round drafts.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell being one of them. Probably should have just took Gurley.
Yeah.
But after all,
if you were to take Gurley, you'd be in such good shape. Right?
oh yeah, I would not be in McCaffrey and Gurley.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I didn't. This is where we're at. So I made changes, playing players who I think are going to get it done for me, and I feel confident going into this week.
Now, did you pick up Ridley prior to his big 40-point week, or did you
Yes.
pick him up that week?
No, I picked him up prior to that 40-point week. He said
See, that's what you got to do, right there. And that's the kind of stuff that's what winners are made of. Right
yeah. No, you. I like I said.
there. That's
sometimes-
that scene because I think the week before he had like 4 catches for 60 yards.
Yes, but he was.
He's on the field for 95%
Yes.
of snaps.
He had
All that
production.
stuff. He's on the field. He's on a great offense. He's a rookie, just finding his way. You pick him up, and now he's looking like who knows?
Yeah.
You could have a number 1 receiver on your
It
hands.
would be really nice. I mean, he puts up good numbers last week. I'm expecting good numbers this week.
That's huge. So, I mean, really, your lineup's back into form this week. We've got Cam, Hill, we've got Ridley, we got James Conner.
Yeah,
Uh,
James Conner.
We've got McCaffrey.
My boy.
We're a little bit, yeah, I love Christian McCaffrey.
Dude, when he sits down on the football field, he's like this.
McCaffrey, man.
He's the only white boy on the field.
He looks like a raptor. Yeah.
But he's like,
No,
he's got a tiny ass head.
No, but people have been critical of him not being able to run the ball in between the tackles. And he's just a receiving running back, more like James White or something like that.
Yeah.
He ran the ball 26 times 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was just like, let's go.
180 yards. I'm going to bust it. Don't care.
Yeah.
So, I love it. We'll see. Over Baba Ganoush. Injury problems getting a little bit better this week. We get to play Jordan Reed.
Yep.
He was on a bye last week, so he's back. We're going to play Brandon Cooks. Hey, good job. You did it. We played a Ram. Diggs, this is a guy that you got to worry about. Again, though, I don't understand how Yahoo has Chris Thompson as an 11-point back. It makes no sense to me. The guy is the number 2 back.
I'd say he's going to score 8.
Unless
he
he
gets a
could
touchdown.
score 11, but they're saying like Peterson's going to score 12 and he's going to score 11. Doesn't make any sense to me.
That would mean...
I don't know how they come up with these. He's sitting Dalvin Cook, injury problems, but you know what? I don't mind him because look at Dalvin Cook, 4 o'clock game, tough to play that game where you at 1 o'clock you got to make your decisions.
And it's at Philly.
Yeah, so he could be out. So I don't mind that. Not much you can do there. Oh, here we go. This is where all right. I'm gonna put him on notice right now. We're sitting Demaryius Thomas and we're playing Chris Thompson.
Okay, me and him literally talked about this today.
Terrible.
I said, he goes, do I play Demaryius Thomas? And I said, I have always been a fan of Demaryius Thomas. I don't think he has a quarterback that can produce like he used to, but you definitely play him over a number 2 back.
Yes. Yes.
And, he was like, I don't know. So,
you do it twice on Sundays. Whatever you want to say, that's terrible.
Yeah.
At the Jets.
He's going to score. I mean, I don't care how bad the quarterback. Yeah, he's no fucking Peyton Manning. But
do you see this shaking in my head?
Yeah.
Matt, if you watch
the total disapproval.
This is just
coming from his eyes.
This is a coach's decision that I hope loses you the game. Frankly, I don't care what Yahoo says. Like sometimes you just have to the eye test. This is the thing, the eye test, man. Demaryius Thomas is a perennial you play him in fantasy football.
Yes. So as I said in my message to everyone in the league, being a manager on this is about reading between the lines. Yahoo's that lines, and sometimes you got to look between them and be like, this is a starter. Number 2 back.
Yeah.
You,
well, I mean, if honestly, the Redskins, I think are at New Orleans. I don't know. Maybe they could get down in the game, and maybe it could work out for them. I'm not saying. I mean, trust me, this is not me saying I'm 100% going to be right. I just hate the decision.
Yeah, I like I said, me and him talked about it today. I said I'd start Thomas. He was against that.
I'm going with ridiculousness for the win.
Yeah, I have to take myself here. I feel back. I feel like my team's shaping up. I got my starters back off the bye week. I think they're going to come back. Well, that's another thing. Off the bye week, you got Cam Newton and McCaffrey who are just fresh.
Right, but I just like the fact that bye is out of the way for me.
Yeah, I don't have to worry. Like that's my biggest issue. Like the rest of the season, I have
got the one
player here, one player there.
The 2 cogs in your lineup. You've got your 2 best players in your lineup every game for the rest of the season.
Yes, and there's no way there's no way I don't start Cam Newton.
You know what? Actually, there's one more thing that I want to mention about my team. And maybe I'm critical of people that hold on to 2 defenses sometimes.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that a little bit this year. I'm going to make one reason why I'm doing it this year. I'm holding on to the New England Patriots defense. Not only because they play the Buffalo Bills.
No, it's the only reason.
Not only because they play them twice. You want to know when they play them the second time? Week 16.
Oh, the last
Super Bowl Sunday for us. Somebody's going to be going against a juggernaut.
Oh, yeah.
That day.
It's probably going to be me.
I'd love it. Next matchup, we got
Oh,
Derek.
hold on, I got something to say. Greg Olsen's back. Senator Olsen.
He's going to break his foot again.
That's fine.
What did he play, 7 snaps this year?
Yeah, and then he broke his foot.
Yeah. Again.
Have faith, man.
He should have ran. He should have been senator. He should have just went and ran.
I would have voted He shouldn't even have a campaign.
You don't live in North Carolina.
I would have went to North Carolina, became a citizen, and voted.
I don't think you can do that quickly.
If he would say, like right now, he's like, I'm running for Congress next year, I'm moving.
No, I think that like it's past the registration deadline.
Fuck that,
I don't know.
man. You know what? He should move here and run for Congress.
Civics class.
He should move here and run for Congress.
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know what his politics are, but
I don't really care. He's a great looking guy.
That's kind of. Anyhow, next matchup. We've got autograph for the win. Derek's team versus Long John Silver. This is another. I think these are 2 1 and 3s, right?
Yes. This is a win or lose match. Like
all of them are win or lose matches. We have no ties here in fantasy.
we could. What if?
Are you drinking the beer or mine?
I don't know.
It's
been a long
you
2
play
weeks.
to win the game.
Yeah,
But if they're
what are
both
the tie rules? And what if there isn't a legitimate tie?
to the 100th of a point,
Yes.
I believe it goes to the. It's either like whatever quarterback scored more points or whatever bench scored more points.
Okay. Well, I like the bench idea, but Long John Silver versus
But I believe it's whoever's quarterback scores more points actually.
Yeah. Well, we got Long John Silver doing this. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4 questionables on his bench.
It's the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just 4 Qs to 2 Qs.
Looks like Edelman's already getting off to a decent start.
Oh yeah, on his bench, yeah. He's playing Ebram. I'm not a fan of Ebram.
This is what it always comes down to for Steven's team is Watkins and Hopkins.
Yeah, if his key players put up the points, he'll put up a score.
Well, he's got that double. He's got the quarterback receiver in Houston. I mean, if they put up big numbers, he'll put them all together.
Yeah, and then he'll put up a score that Derek has to beat.
But
if they don't, Derek's got it.
He's playing Dalton again this week for Derek. TJ Yeldon, good pickup.
Yeah.
He picked him up this week. He was out there in Waverland. Fournette, injury troubles all year. I mean, not out for the season, but Fournette he can't stay on the field right now. Yeldon's kind of emerged as, he's going to be the guy here for a little while. Couple touchdowns last week.
Yeah, he could put up a...
But a good pickup for Derek. That's what I'm saying. Somebody's playing.
Yeah, someone's listening.
Yeah, somebody's playing. Ajayi, Kittle. Kittle would have been such a great tight end this year if Garoppolo didn't get hurt. I like Thielen. He's got the Jacksonville defense, who he's just going to play all the time. This is weird, though. Jacksonville at KC, tough play there.
Yeah, that's going to be really a game that.
Most defenses are going to go at Kansas City and have negative points.
Yes, Jacksonville's got a good defense.
I know.
I know. I mean, it could be a good game. Just a
that's one of the games of the week. But
yeah.
I think that's a questionable start. Maybe he can still make a move here, play Denver over Jacksonville. I'd like that better. He's got Denver on the bench. Denver's at the Jets this week.
Yeah.
I like that play for him there.
I do too. One thing I have to say about, Steven has a bench player. He has an empty spot on his bench. He's got a player who's on the injured reserve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's...
Get the guy out of there. Pick somebody up.
Yeah,
just take a chance. I don't even care. Just, spin the wheel and pick somebody.
Yeah. Just scroll down seven names.
Yeah, and just take it. Yeah. Look at the trends. Who's picking up what? Who picked up who last week? Yeah. And just pick one of those guys up. It's a wasted spot.
Is he playing... All right, Steven doesn't watch this one. I'm not helping Steven anymore. Steven, you're off my help list.
Off the help list. Wait. Is it because he's black?
No. It's because this.
Oh, what do we got?
We got an LA Ram.
Oh, on the bench. Woods is on the bench again.
Well, I'm going to go Derek.
Derek. Two for Derek. 0 for Steve.
We've got Lick My Tape.
This first the Breeze knees. I just hands down go Alex here.
You go Alex because you guys have a bromance.
No, I'm going to go Alex because Jamie's out of the country and I don't think she actually cares right now.
She beat your ass last week.
Yes, because she set her lineup before she left. Now she's gone.
She beat your ass last week.
Yeah, I'm going with Alex, mostly because I just don't think that she...
Yeah, I mean,
she just starts the same...
She is starting the same lineup pretty much.
Yeah.
Not much thought. Definitely Garoppolo dead on the bench. Yeah. I don't like it. That's
my only reason. if she was here in town
That's a sentiment.
and made some.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go look at Alex's team. Do we have any decisions to make here with Alex's squad? Anything?
Yeah.
Bye week trouble, something fun to talk about. We got Allen Robinson, bye week for the Bears. Bears defense out this week.
Oh, yeah, Robinson. Well, see, I don't know. I don't know. Who's he playing right now? Ooh. Okay. Maybe,
He's a little light at receiver, to be fair.
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Alex, let's see. We got any running backs here, Alex? You want to deal?
Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
He's injured. Concussion protocol.
He's in concussion protocol. Oh, man, that's tough. He might have to go out there and pick up somebody if he doesn't play.
Yeah,
He's got Marvin Jones on the bench, so we can play Marvin too.
I'm not a fan of that. He's in Detroit. He's a lion.
I mean, he's going to have to play somebody, so if
Yeah.
Devontae Adams is
It's
playing,
true.
unless you really are convinced that Marvin Jones is going to score negative points.
Nah, but he could put Boyd on his wide receiver and then play another running back.
Carson, Eckler. I like Eckler better than Carson.
Yeah, I mean, that would probably be what I would do. If Devontae doesn't end up playing, I would probably throw Boyd up into this wide receiver slot and then start Eckler.
And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to call. I mean, listen, I think this is Alex is going to play a quarterback here. Talked about he's going to have a decision to make every week. I would close my eyes and play golf every week right now. But they do have a tough matchup. They're up there in Seattle. I get why he's playing Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is projected to score more points. But I would go LA Rams. I just think that offense is too dynamic. I mean, I've watched 2 of their games from start to finish, and they're a threat to score on every play. Yeah, I guess we got to go Alex. I hate going chalk on everyone, but I agree with you.
No, honestly, if Jamie were in town and she talked to me a little bit, 'cause she usually does, about like moves she's making, things she's thinking about, I would have been like, I would say Jamie could have a chance at it. But
here we go. Here we go. This is the matchup of the week. Projected pretty much even to start off.
Oh yeah, it's Sweethouse versus 4th and 20.
We got Big Jack's team sitting there on top, fat and happy at 4-0.
I hope the Titans take him down.
And we got Sweethouse, who's hungry. You know, Sweethouse might have
He works in the kitchen.
the determination of Clubber Lang and Rocky 3.
Ooh, that kind of
That's
determination.
that kind of determination to take down the Giant this week.
I hope he does.
I mean, you remember at the beginning of that movie?
Yeah.
I mean, Clubber Lang is getting after it.
Yeah, I mean after.
Yeah. And he wants it.
See what he's got going on. So right now, Mike's got people playing. We got Tom Brady
Sonny Michelle.
and Sonny Michelle. Great name, Sonny Michelle.
But seriously, look at the running backs he gets to play. He's playing Barkley, Gordon, and Michelle this week. He's going to play Golden Tate. He's playing Juju, which I don't mind. I think that's the best he has to offer. You would play Jeffrey, though. I would
Yes,
imagine you would play Jeffrey over who? Golden Tate or Shushu? Or Juju? Yeah, exactly. He's
Probably over Juju.
He's building some decent depth here, though.
Yeah, he's got some depth, and it does. I had to look at the matchup there.
But, I mean, Pittsburgh's at home against Atlanta.
Yep. And,
Atlanta gives up they give up yards.
Yeah. And Golden Tate's at home versus Green Bay.
Yeah. So I like both those matchups. I like Alshon Jeffrey if he's healthy.
At home versus
but I'm still. One more game. Alshon's going to go. He's got to do it one more time for me to play him. Yeah, I think he's playing the correct lineup this week. He had a little bit of his tight end Trey Burton on a bye this week, so he's got to plug in somebody.
Yeah. Hooper.
It's Hooper's birthday.
It's Hooper.
And then we look to the other side. Look at Jack. Jack actually decides to play Aaron Rodgers over Patrick Mahomes. I know the computer says projections.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really not playing Patrick Mahomes right now?
No, I'm playing Mahomes every fucking week.
Patrick Mahomes could play against fucking, I don't know, the Transformers. And I'd still start him.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, thank you.
Transformers. Damn. Mahomes is just gonna lay him. He's
Kamara.
so hot right now.
They got Kamara projected at 24 points. I don't know if I've ever seen a running back projected at 24.
He's
What is he? Is he questionable?
he's questionable because he got a knee. He's got a knee injury that he's trying to fight through. But he plays on Monday.
He'll be fine.
Plays on Monday.
He's going to be fine. Kamara's fine. Kareem Hunt. I mean, Jack's got a tough team. His starting lineup is great. I've already criticized his bench. That's fine. I think this is a nail biter, Anthony. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really close, and I think, honestly, it's going to come down to these New England guys for Mike.
I need a projection from you right now.
Right, hands down right now, but without looking at anything. I'm going to say Jack's going to get Mike by 10 points.
I'm going Sweetness this week.
All right.
I'm going Sweetness. Jack goes down.
I would love for it to happen,
4-1. Jack goes
I
down.
just don't have enough faith.
Down goes Frazier!
I just don't.
Down goes Frazier!
I don't have enough faith in New England right now. He's got two. You got Brady and
Son of Michelle.
Yeah, Son of Michelle. And it's just like, if they do great, then I will eat my words. But I think that's where it's going to come down to.
I think that's where that is only disagreement this week. So we'll see what happens next week.
All right.
I
We
appreciate
got
that.
one more match. Right?
I don't think we do. That's it. Yeah, we're done. We done.
Are we done?
We're done.
Oh yeah, we did you in the Thunderdome.
Yeah. Yeah. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday!
Made us down to the Thunderdome.
Yeah. What else we got, Anthony?
You know, it's another fun day at the Clubhouse. It's starting to get chilly. Patio's starting to not fill up, so...
I'm going to throw a little something out there, though. 17 dates.
Oh, it's 19.
No, I think it's
I
17.
need to learn to count.
21, what? 21 minus 4.
Yeah,
17.
17.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, 17 days. It's going to be a good day. That 18th day
Yeah.
will be waking up on Sunday morning. There's nothing but football on.
Or Christmas morning. Let's talk about that. Christmas morning when you're a kid. Everybody can relate to this. We need a little sidebar topic. We didn't really do it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
What was your routine when you were a kid, Christmas morning? What would you do? Like when you're 7 years old and Santa Claus.
I'd wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and run out there. My parents were always they didn't want to wake up early.
So wait, you didn't have rules of when you could get up?
Nah, I can get up whenever.
Okay.
But I'd wake up at 5,
Yeah.
run into the living room, and there'd be no guests there.
Okay.
And so I'd go back to bed. I was like,
Right.
Santa Claus hasn't came yet.
Right.
Wake up at 8 o'clock, run in there, guests are all there.
Right? So mom and dad knew your routine?
Yeah, they knew that I would come in at 5 and nobody was there, and I'd go back to bed.
Now, if
because-
anybody out there still believes in Santa Claus, he doesn't exist. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Of course he exists.
Yeah. My parents and Santa Claus, great friends. They
Yeah.
Schedule everything together.
Yeah, they must have.
But
Just
yeah,
no
they-
delivery at 6:30.
No, they would know that I would be up at 5 and they'd want to get a few more hours of sleep,
Yeah.
so they'd tell Santa between 6 and 8,
Yes.
and then we'll be good. And every year it seemed to be that way. What about you? What was your routine?
Well, it's kind of similar, but we would go up to my grandparents' house, okay? And, our bedrooms and my grandparents' house would be upstairs, and there's rules. Now, on Christmas Eve, I would go to bed at 6:30 at night. The only time they had no problem getting me to go to bed was on Christmas Eve. So I just wanted to go to sleep, and I wanted it to be Christmas morning, right?
So I have to say something about this real quick. My parents would be like, go to bed at 6:30, and I would lay there
Oh, yeah, no. That's when I would go to bed. And then I'd be so excited, and I'd be watching TV or doing whatever I was doing. And especially once I had younger brothers around, and we could, keep each other entertained.
yeah,
But we had strict rules that we could not get up. We could not leave our bedrooms till 8 a.m.
oh man,
Till 8 a.m. That's when we were allowed. So, I mean, we're talking,
you open the door and all of a sudden,
I don't know what
alert.
I don't know what would have happened, but I didn't break the rules because I didn't want to. I mean, I think that the threat was that my parents were pretty close to Santa as well.
Oh, so the threat was you leave the room, I'm calling Santa?
Yeah, and Santa's going to take all the stuff.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Nah.
So you can't take that risk.
No, you don't.
You just got to be patient.
Yeah, but you were the guy too. I could see Matt being like, come on, we can
No.
go ahead. And you're
No,
like,
I was
no. Dave, hall monitor Dave's just
Exactly.
like,
So what we would do though is as soon as it would hit 7:55
in the morning?
yeah, we would creep out of the bedrooms, tiptoe over, and sit at the top of the stairs, wait for 8 o'clock. Because my parents were already up. I could tell. We could all hear them.
Yeah, they're
we could
drinking
hear them.
coffee.
They're down there. They're hobnobbing and being adults,
Yeah,
right?
like,
We're going, man, why can't we come? Can we come down now? It's not 8 o'clock yet. As soon as it All right, it's 8 o'clock. I mean, I'm talking sprint. I mean, I don't know how nobody died while running around those stairs. And then at my grandparents' house, you'd still, you're a kid, you always have your socks on.
Oh, yeah.
I always have my socks on. Yeah. Marble floor at the bottom of the staircase. I mean, you're trying to keep it in line, and then you hit the living room. I mean, it would be there. The stockings. Oh, the tree is all decorated. There's presents everywhere. Christmas then. That was what we did. And then, I mean, literally, like, immediately just getting into stockings and getting into opening up all the Santa stuff. Yeah. It was the best.
Yeah, I miss those days.
It's the best. Tell us about something. Like, seriously, somebody tell me. Like, post something about your Christmas. Or post a video. You can do that, too.
Oh, you got a video from, like, 1996? I would love to see it.
That's hilarious, actually. That would be great.
That would be awesome. Little Alex Giddings. Like, what do you think he looks like in 1996?
96? So what? How old is that? What's Alex? Like 26,
he's probably like
7, 8? I don't know.
Might be 30.
Is he 30? Yeah. So I mean, he's definitely a youngster. I mean, I definitely like that hair is bleach blonde.
Oh yeah,
like for sure.
Like
we're talking 96, so we're talking like the
mullet.
Yeah, like the
I got a mullet.
The big old mushroom deal going on.
Oh, yeah.
Shaved sides, shaved sides for sure.
Cut.
Oh, for sure. Probably was a onesie guy. Probably wore like
he kind of seemed probably still a onesie.
Yeah, probably wore like with the little footy pajamas and all that. Shit. Yeah, he probably rocked that. Like maybe some Power Rangers gear.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, something like that.
I rock Power Rangers.
Something like that. That's what I see.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Power Ranger gear. I probably still rock Power Ranger gear.
Yeah, you probably do. It kind of scares me.
Not anymore for me.
What do you say, Anthony? Is it sponsor time?
Oh yeah, we got a few sponsors here. We'd like to give a shout out. I mean, first off, we always like to shout out our home, Clubhouse BFD. Great beer, food, drinks. That's all we can say about that. It really is a great place. You guys can come on out, check out, watch football, watch hockey, watch every sport. If you got a request, let me know. Today I was watching Olympic table tennis.
Yeah, the women's.
The women's.
Yeah, some sort of Olympic qualifier was on there.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
I watch everything. Like sometimes I watch extreme auto sports.
Those chicks were tough. Looked like they'd be tough to me.
Yeah, I would not want to play it.
Yeah, I mean they really.
The other day we were watching the motorcycles with the sidecars, motocross sidecars.
That just proves that like
the idiots exist.
Yeah, and then
rednecks should not take over the
Well,
world.
that everybody that calls like people who watch NASCAR rednecks, and there's like they don't understand. There's a whole other level.
You should watch this.
Like NASCAR looks like badminton compared to what these people are doing.
They are literally motocross, like full scale motocross. Yeah, like
he's on a motorcycle
with a side. Like I'm driving, and we're gonna do a turn.
And we're gonna make a turn, and I gotta like try and like.
He's gotta bend down.
Yeah, so we slide around the corner the right way. It's ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Well, how do you think they came up with that? You think a bunch of rednecks were just like on lawnmowers with lawn cars, and they were like, "No."
No, it probably started off with like figuring out like how they had the sidecars on regular motorcycles. Like,
how do we race with these?
Off
jumps.
No, it probably has something to do with because you could probably go around corners faster if somebody shifts their weight the right way.
Yeah, probably because you don't have to actually lean the bike. The bike actually stays straight up.
We should make a race out of this.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you think? Sweet jumps.
What do you think that dude that wins that race? Like, how much cash is he really put?
Probably like $10 grand.
Really? You think it's $10,000?
Yeah.
Why? Who's watching that?
Sponsored. Monsters sponsored. That's the whole thing. Like,
$10 grand.
It's so much money. So it's
$5 grand a piece. Is the guy in the car get the same half?
Probably.
Is the guy driving, or is he like the drummer? And you're the lead singer.
No,
you're the driver.
I'm pretty sure they probably split it. But like, it's sponsored.
I think the guy in the car should get paid more. He's the one just
hanging off, flying around.
Yeah, committing suicide.
Yeah, so they're like sponsored by Monster, Rockstar Energy drinks, Red Bull. Like that is a thing.
Yeah.
Like they may get paid more than $10,000 for winning their race.
All right, we'll update it next week. We're gonna look this up.
All right,
like how much these guys actually make.
All right. Side note.
Griffin Club Room Company. We like them. We're in this beautiful facility here in Rochester Hills, Michigan.
Oh, look how shiny.
Everything's shiny and pretty. Nobody ever leaves food around, hanging out.
Scott, if you're watching this.
Never. Nobody ever does
this
that.
Place is super clean.
It's shiny. It is. I can't.
Hey, did you bring those bugles to the range?
Yeah, of course, because that's what I wanted to eat when I went home. And did you bring that taco that looks like it's about 60 degrees?
Yeah, because I like my tacos out in the open for half a day.
Okay. Good. No, that's of course. That's what
Yeah,
we do.
that's what I like to do.
No, it's a beautiful facility adjacent to Clubhouse BFD. We've actually, you can see it when you're inside the restaurant. It's going to be fun, actually, once this is up and operating and people actually see people working over here.
Yeah, that's,
You know how like, they have
we'll
show...
do tours and stuff like that.
You know how they have show kitchens?
Yeah.
Like, this is like a show brewery.
We're going to be
these guys are
standing.
you just have to keep this place so clean. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know what they know what they got themselves into.
No,
Like,
no
we
idea.
always talked about how we used to want an open kitchen so we could just, like,
Yeah,
do bar flare and whatnot. And these guys are actually going to have to do that.
I know. Like, the bottling machine's going to have to be the cleanest thing on the planet.
Yeah, because they're going to be, like flipping
Yeah.
bottles and, like, trying to...
I don't know. I don't know how it works, but it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah.
That's kind of nice. How much do you think that costs?
I mean, I have no idea.
Maybe that's much.
How much that thing costs?
Another bottle machine.
$65,000.
Yeah, way too damn much. Okay. Moving on, we got
You gotta
Clubhouse.
spend money to make money.
You want to do your...
No.
Nah.
I think those are the two main guys. I don't know if we got anything else this week. We'll leave it at that.
All right.
We'll leave it to the breadwinners.
The breadwinners, they do bring me home the bread.
Yeah. Anthony, have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too, man. Be safe. You guys be safe. Let us know what you guys think. Where your guys' heads at. If you have any questions, just post your questions. Be like, hey, Dave Anthony, I need to know, thinking about picking up this guy, what's your thoughts? Or
Hashtag the lifeguard.
Yeah.
Hashtag Chef Dave Rob.
Hashtag Clubhouse Jesus. Just ask. The commish, reigning champ. We know what we're talking about.
Get out there, swimmers. Do your thing.
Start swimming.
We'll see you next week.